Hi guys, we're back for the next little section. The second part of our solving triangles using trig functions. So we're going to solve. It says find the missing side. So I only have to find one side. It doesn't say sides. It doesn't say solve the triangle. It just says find the missing side of the right triangle. And round to the nearest tenth. That's 1 decimal place. So I need to round to 1 decimal place. So we are going to use what we learned in the last lesson, which is SOHCAHTOA. So I'm going to write that out. SOHCAHTOA. And I hope you guys have your notes from last time, but in case you don't, so is sine is opposite over hypotenuse, ca is cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and toa is tangent is opposite over adjacent. So we're going to mark up what angle they've given us, and we're going to see what sides they have, and then we're going to decide which if I can do sine, cosine, or tangent. So we're going to go ahead and start with the first problem. So I've got this angle. They've given me this angle here. Okay? And they've also given me this side. Oops. Sorry. Wrong. So this one. They've given me this side. And they've given me this side. So those are the two sides they've given me. Well, they've given me the hypotenuse because it's the right angle's pointing to that. And they've given me the side opposite because it doesn't make the angle. They haven't given me the side that makes the angle. So they've given me the two that I have to go through the triangle to get. So the side opposite that angle and the side opposite the right angle, which is the hypotenuse. So that's opposite and hypotenuse, which is sine. So I'm going to say this. This is how I set it up. Sine of 59. Remember before I did sine of theta because I didn't know what the degree of the angle was. This time I do. It's 59 degrees. And well, what does that equal? Well, my side opposite is x and my hypotenuse is 10. Now I have an equation to solve. Notice I'm not solving sine of 59 yet. I'm not going to do that to the very end because I don't want to round until the very end. Okay? So I have a fraction equaling a fraction. So how do I change this? How do I change sine of 59 into a fraction? Well, I put a 1 underneath it, right? I can change anything to a fraction by putting a 1 underneath it. Now, how do I solve this? Well, I'm going to cross multiply. So I'm going to take x times 1, and I get x. And then I'm going to take 10 times the sine of 59. And I'm just going to put that into the calculator. So I'm going to 10 times sine of 59. Now, if you're using your iPhone, you're going to have to do 59 sine times 10. Okay, so just figure, as we're doing this video, so you know how to do the work right, you might want to try and play with whatever calculator you have to do this to know that, so you know how to put it in correctly before you start your work. Especially the delta math, right? Because that you have to get the right answer. I mean, you should get the right answer on the other ones too. I am checking, but you really have to get the right answer on delta math so you can get that 100%. But here we go. So if I put this in here, I'm rounding, right? So it's going to be approximately equal to, not equal to. X is approximately equal to 8.6. And that's how we do it, you guys. We're going to do the same thing on every single problem. Okay, so here we go. We're going to mark my angle, which is 49. I'm going to highlight the two angles that I have information on, which is this side and the hypotenuse. So I have the hypotenuse, so I know it's not tangent. If I have the hypotenuse, it's not tangent. So then I know since I have the hypotenuse, it's either going to be sine or cosine. So which side do I have? Well, I have the side that makes the angle. So it's adjacent. So that's A and H, which means I have this one right here. So that's cosine. So that means I have cosine of 49 equals, cosine of 49 equals adjacent, which is x, over my hypotenuse, which is 16. Change it into a fraction by putting a 1 underneath it. Cross multiply. So I've got x equals 16 cosine of 49. Put that into my calculator, and I'm going to get 10.5. Okay, not too bad so far. Great. So we're going to go ahead and go down to the last two for this video. Do the same thing. So I'm going to mark my angle. 58 is my angle here. Highlight my sides. So I have my hypotenuse. Great. And it looks like I have the angle, the side that makes the angle. So that's my adjacent side. So that means I'm going to do cosine. So I have, let's see, cosine of 58 is going to equal adjacent, so that's 13 over x. And then make it into a fraction. Okay, cross multiply. So I've got x times the cosine of 58 equals 13. How do I get my x by itself? Because it's x times the cosine. So I'm going to divide by cosine of 58. Okay. So x equals 13 divided by cosine of 58. Okay, you might want to play around with your calculator on how to put this one in also. And with your iPhone, you might have to use parentheses for that cosine of 58. So you might go 13 divided by parenthesis 58 cosine parenthesis and see if that works. I'm not sure if it's going to work any other way. And then approximately equal, because we're rounding, 24.5. Okay. Lovely. One more problem. Okay, so we've got angle 43. Beautiful. Okay, so I've got this angle and this side and this side. So look, I do not have the hypotenuse. If I don't have the hypotenuse, I only have one choice, which is tangent. So that gives me tangent of 43 equals the side opposite. So the side opposite is x over my side adjacent, which is 13. And then I change that into a fraction. And I cross multiply. And I get 1 times x is x equals 13 tangent of 43, which is approximately equal to 12.1. Okay? And that's how we find a missing side using trig. So go ahead and do a few problems, and then we'll come back and we'll try and find some angles. See you in a bit. Bye.